Welcome back to some more Calamity mod. Last time we took on Yaron, the Dragon of Rebirth, formerly known as Yaron the Jungle Dragon, my favorite boss, but today is going to be our biggest challenge. This is going to be, at least for me, the hardest boss we have to do in our whole playthrough. I have been dreading this moment for the last 34 episodes, but it is time we have to take it on. But there is actually a lot we have to do before we can spawn this boss, as how you spawn it is quite unique. The first thing we need to do is go ahead and make an item called the Code Breaker Base. This is the base of the Code Breaker, as the name implies, and is what we're going to use to actually spawn this boss. And where do I want to put it? Probably, you know, we can always move it if we want, but I'll probably put it over here for now, just to give us as much room as we can. So let's go ahead and throw down the Code Breaker Base here. And if I right click it, you can see it says no decryption computer installed. So we'll need to go back to our base here and make the decryption computer. Looks like I'm going to be missing some stuff for that. It looks like we're missing glass. No, I can make glass. We don't have enough copper. It looks like tin works though. Oh, we don't have any wires. So we need to talk to the mechanic and purchase some wires. Looks like mechanic is right over here. So it was, I think, 100 red wires. Pretty cheap, I would say. And that'll let us make the decryption computer, which is the second component of this whole very long process. So let's go ahead and make that. And this allows us to decrypt the planetoid schematic. So let's go ahead and throw this on there, and we can now open this menu. And you can see there's two slots. One for power, which uses power cells, and another one for a schematic. So I've been charging some cells up here, and I definitely don't have enough for what I need, so I'll probably need to let this run for hours. I probably should have set those up earlier, but I do want to go to the sky here and go to our planetoid, because I don't think I ever actually picked up the schematic from our planetoid. So let's do that. I think it's going to be on this side. Yep, there we go. We can go ahead and loot all of this stuff and immediately go back to our house. And we can go over here and we can put our current fuel, our current power cells in there, and our encrypted schematic of the planetoid. It's going to cost 500 power cells to decrypt it, and that will just sit there and decrypt for a little while. So I'll kind of just let it sit there. And can I craft more of these? Can you craft power cell factories? You can't. Interesting. There might actually be some if I'm lucky inside the planetoid base. I forgot to check, and there are a couple. So where is my blossom pickaxe? We can scoop these up. Looks like there's 4, so we can actually double our production speed here, which is gonna be important because I think I need like roughly 5,000 of these things, maybe even 10,000. So we'll let these guys charge for now. And I guess I also may need the jungle schematic because I don't have the jungle one yet, and I don't see where it could be. I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere in here. I'll see if there's any kind of clues around here. It doesn't look like it. So I think we'll just head to our jungle and fall down this pit, and we'll do some exploring, try to find where this schematic's going to be. I think I'll take this little mine track like into the middle of this kind of area we haven't explored. I do know that it's a pretty big thing, so I'm not too worried about going past it, but let's just go down and see if we can find it. Let's just teleport down, and if I do just kind of a big stripe through this whole thing, we'll be able to see a pretty good amount of what we haven't explored. Is it this? No, it's not. I'm not seeing it yet. Of course, I could be totally wrong, and it could be like really far to the right for some reason, but I was pretty sure it was gonna be like right over here, but I mean, clearly it's looking like it's not, so I'm a bit concerned now. Because yeah, I definitely see it on my screen if it was in this general direction, so it's either somewhere here or somewhere here or somewhere here. I think it'd be easier to check the left side first, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll just kind of do like a little diagonal tunnel of sorts and just kind of try to spam our normality relocator to get down to the leftmost area of our jungle. And there it is. Okay, yeah, it was way over on the left. So let's go ahead and hopefully my inventory is not too full for this. Let's grab all of this stuff. Let's grab the charging stations as well. Or not the charging stations. I want the power cell factories. That's what I want. I don't really care about the charging stations. We already have a ton of those, but we'll take everything else. And I think that's everything we'll need from there. So we can go ahead and head back, place our other 4 power cell factories, and we should have most of the power cell factories in our world now. This will definitely be enough. And now that I've stalled long enough, actually let's stall a little bit longer and put this stuff away. We can head back over to the ocean, and this should be done decrypting now. Yep, there we go. So we can click this, and it should, if I open it up, it just says some lore, but it should have let us... Okay, well, it says it's been decrypted, so I'm just going to take its word. Usually it does a little pop-up message saying, you learned how to create new things. But if we read it, it says we learned how to make the long-ranged sensor array. So that is the item I need to make next. Looks like we have the materials for it. So let's do that, and this will allow us to encrypt the jungle schematic. So we'll go ahead and search up schematic here, and we need this one, the jungle one. And we'll go over here, and we'll repeat the process again. Actually, we have to equip the... sensor array. There we go. And this one's going to cost 950 of these things. So we're going to run out by the time this is done processing here, unfortunately. And the only way I can get more is by waiting. But, you know, it's kind of late for me, so I was just going to go to sleep after I record this little bit. I just wanted to get at least some of this done while I was here. I'll probably just leave my computer on for like an hour or two before I go to sleep. And probably by the time I come back in the morning, I'll be ready to decrypt the rest of these. And, well... fight probably the hardest boss that I'll ever fight in Terraria. I will say between episodes you may notice I'm using new weapons now. I refought Yaron a couple times, and it turns out the Wrathwing we got in the last video that I called probably mediocre, but I've never tried it before, this thing is insane. Like, this thing is absolutely insane. I was able to shred Yaron in like a minute and a half. I mean, look at this, 35,000 DPS. And it has pretty nice accuracy and range. I mean, look at the consistency. Even when I'm moving around, I'm cracking 30,000 damage sometimes. Like, that's really, really, really good. And that's without buffs. Remind you, I'm not using any potion buffs at all. So we could have way more damage than what we do right now. So I ended up getting every single weapon Yaron could drop just to prepare us the best we can. I also refought Devourer of God, so we're not going to run out of any materials. And I can pretty much make any gear that I want in order to take out these next bosses. Did I stall long enough? Almost. Oh, there it is. You learned how to create new things. I guess it shows up once it's done, not when you take it out. So this will let us create the advanced display. This is the third piece to the puzzle of Showdown. So let's go ahead and make the advanced display. This will allow us to encrypt the, or decrypt the underworld schematic. So wherever that is, this one right here. Let's go ahead and head back over. Oh, that's the wrong thing. We need to teleport here. Plop you down. There we go. We got that little display there. And place you in. And, well, we need 1,750 of these cells. I don't have that, so I guess I'm just going to sit here for a while. And I can squeeze in one more clip tonight. We have 2,700 of these cells, so let's go ahead and decrypt this schematic right here. And I'll just speed this up. And I came back at the perfect time. Look at that. All right, you've learned how to create new things. Let's go ahead and take this back, and we can now make the voltage regulation system. So hopefully I have the stuff to do that. It looks like we do. So let's go ahead and make this. This allows us to decrypt the ice schematic. So let's go ahead and grab the ice schematic wherever that is right here. And, well, you'll see the problem here in a second. Let's add this and get ready to do that. 5,000 power cells. That's about an hour or two. So yeah, I'm not doing that tonight. I'm going to sleep, and we'll resume this in the morning when I'm more awake and ready to take on a boss. Okay, it's the next day now, and I realized I forgot two important upgrades, those being the Elderberry, which increases our maximum life by 25. This was actually a post-Providence item I completely forgot about. And the last one is the Dragon Fruit, which also gives us our last 25 maximum life. Look at our hearts now, that looks sick, dude. 814 health is what we're going to be going with, I believe. I don't think I'm missing anything else. But if I am not mistaken, these things should all have, yeah, another 100 or so cells in them. And that'll be enough to go ahead and decrypt the final schematic. So let's grab all these up real quick, just like that. And now we got to head back over to our ocean. I think that's where I set this stuff up. Still unsure about this arena, but you know, it'll have to do. So there we go. Let's go ahead and decrypt this schematic now. And it's done. All right, let's go ahead and take our schematic out. And this will let us make the Auric Quantum Cooling Cell. So let's go ahead and make that quantum. There we go. It's pretty expensive, Auric bars. It says the creator is ready and he hopes you are too. So let's grab this and equip that onto our massive NASA station looking thing. Look at this thing. This thing looks absolutely sick, man. This is awesome. But if we open it up now, there should be a new button, Contact. And well, this is what we need to spawn our boss. So without further ado, let's give Draydon a call. I've waited long for this moment. Your nature fascinates me, for I do not understand it. You will face my creations, which have surpassed gods. And you will show me your disposition through battle. Now choose. You can see above me, there are 3 different symbols. One is Thanatos, the Serpentine Terror. One is Ares, a massive machine. And the last one is Artemis and Apollo. If you have a keen eye, you'll notice that these represent the 3 mechanical bosses in some way, shape, or form. These are basically ultra buffed, really cool, massive warfare machines of the mechanical bosses. And I think we're gonna start with fighting Artemis and Apollo. So without further ado, the Exo Mechs, probably the hardest thing we're ever going to have to do in Terraria. These are the most ridiculous things in the universe, and I don't know how I'm going to take them out. You start off by fighting one of them just by themselves. Well, in this case, we have to fight both Artemis and Apollo because that's it. And once we get them to a certain percentage of health, the next phase of the battle will start. And there are a handful of different phases in this fight. I am going to get absolutely dunked many times. I'm just hoping to get them to at least 70% health so I can show off what happens next. Maybe if it's gonna happen, we'll see if I can clutch this out here. I'm definitely going to need potions for this fight, but once we reach 70%, you can see that Ares and Thanatos come out. Now we have to fight 2 of them at the same time, and I'm not too sure how I'm gonna do this. I think we just want to keep focusing on Ares, but is there a better weapon for this? Can I swap over to, like, I guess I don't really want to swap over to the Ranger helmet yet because I'm almost dead. But I don't know what's going to be dealing the most damage. We're likely going to have to run with multiple different weapons at the same time to pull this off. And it looks like my Silva immunity is already gone, so let's equip our, I think that's the rogue one. I think I want this one. And no, we got toasted. But yeah, this fight is going to be absolutely insane. And honestly, I don't know how I'm going to pull it off. Something I did do between episodes is I refought Yaron, and we do have all the Yaron weapons, so I want to grab the Dragon Rage as well. So now we have, well, 3 different weapons we can use at the same time. And I don't know, man. I'm thinking the Dragon's Breath isn't going to actually be that good of a weapon. We may want to find a different bow of some sort or a different gun. Something with a little bit more splash damage, because the Wrathwing works really well for the twins, or Artemis and Apollo. And I know the Dragon Rage will deal really good against the Thanatos Worm, but I don't really have anything for Ares, and that's a problem because Ares is like the hardest one to deal with. So I kind of need to find something for that, but I guess let's just give this another try here and see if we can make any further progress. I need to make sure I know which helmets are what, which is going to be a little bit confusing, but the hood one is for ranged, this one's for rogue, that one's for mage, and this one's for melee. So hopefully this won't be too bad to figure out, but let's give this another try. And once we get Ares to 70%, they all are here at the exact same time, and that's not good, because that means I'm going to die. I don't know how we're going to do this. This is... I mean, look at this. How are you meant to even know what's going on here? I didn't even see that beam being telegraphed, but it was. Dude, this is gonna be... I'm just gonna have to sit here and dedicate my entire day to these things, man. I don't know. Let me try and figure out if there's a little bit better of a way to deal with Ares and try out a different weapon. Okay, I have another idea what we could do here. Let's go ahead and grab the Comet Shard. This will increase our maximum mana, as well as the Ethereal Core and the Phantom Heart. These are also permanent upgrades that you can get throughout the game, just like the ones for our life. And I think I'm gonna try this Flame Barrage to take out, Ares. I'm thinking this might be pretty good. Actually, I thought it was the Burning Sky. What is the Burning Sky? Oh, this is a melee weapon. Interesting. I might try the Burning Sky if the Flame Barrage doesn't work out, but I want to see how this will do against Ares as well. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Let's try the burning sky instead. No, that doesn't do it either. Dude, Ares is tanky. I don't know how to do this. What if we start with Ares and just kind of practice a bit and see what deals the most? Because I'm pretty sure, like, even though the Wrathwing is a single hitting thing, I feel like it does the most damage. Because we could get to here, and then what if we switch over to just fighting, like, Artemis and Apollo? I don't know. This is gonna... I don't know, man. I really don't. Alright, I have a really weird idea. Let's go ahead and make this Profane Soul artifact as well as the Nucleogenesis. These are summoner accessories that will give us some more minion slots and such. And I'm gonna replace these over the Dimensional Soul artifact, and I couldn't decide between the Affliction or the Community. I think I'll go with the Affliction, because this gives us some defensive stuff anyways. We'll see how this goes. So we have a bunch of little profane stuff around us now, which is kind of cool, but I will need to reforge all of these to Menacing because I want to try out just purely using Summoner and see if we can make anything happen with that. Because there is a very good summon item dropped from Yaron, and I just realized that there may be another accessory I need. These two are lucky. These will have to be... No, I just clicked off of Menacing. Oh my gosh, I'm going to waste so much gold from that. Oh, that was dumb. Let's not do that again. Menacing. Okay. We still have some good amount of money. And I need to get the Yaron Kindle Staff. So I can put all of these weapons away. Actually, I'll keep the Wrathwing and the Dragon Rage. But let's grab ourselves the Yaron's Kindle Staff and reforge this to whatever, Ruthless or whatever's the best for damage here. I think it's going to be Ruthless, yep. And it'll summon these little, I guess not really little, but big Yaron boys. How many minion slots do I have? What if I click this? Okay, that'll let us have a third. So it looks like we'll get 3 of them, which isn't too bad. But like, I don't know how much damage these things are really gonna do. I mean, well, it's not the greatest damage. I think our Wrathwing was doing a bit more, but they are going to be consistent. And well, we may want consistency over raw DPS, so this might be the play. Let me see if there's a way to get a 4th one of these things. If I optimize my setup a little bit more, I can have 4 with this setup, but I have to lose the Community and the Reaper Tooth Necklace, which kinda sucks, but I mean, the damage seems to be pretty good. I don't know. This seems like a kind of weird setup to have. I also have to actually fix the reforges on these, and this also requires me to use a summoning potion the whole time. But I guess it could be worth trying. So let me just make sure I have 4 of these guys still, because the way I get them is really weird. So what I have to do is we start by putting on the Eldritch Soul artifact, and it lets me summon 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is 4 there. And then I can swap this out, and because of this one, the Auric Soul artifact, I get 1 extra minion because I have a 4th Fiery Draconic out. So I actually still have exactly 20 minion slots. So I guess let's try this fight again, using this cursed summoning setup. Luckily, with the summoning setup, we do still get the Silva armor, meaning we wouldn't have to swap our helmets ever, and that would be ideal. But yeah, their damage certainly isn't that good. I mean, just looking at them, they're really not doing, you know, a whole lot, which is not the best. Well, let's see how they do against Ares, at least. Let's make sure they're focused on Ares. Their damage against Ares is okay, but it also, you know, kills my survivability to not be wearing, like, the Community and stuff, so I don't think that's just our straight go-to answer. Let me see if there's like a broken mage weapon I can make or something. A different approach. This is a much tankier style build using pretty much no damage accessories besides the Community, but that's also a survivability accessory. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess we can see how this goes. So I did an attempt like this without the sponge, and I actually got through the phase where all 3 mechs were together, and then died. So I'm thinking maybe if we use the sponge, we won't really die. So I'm also using the Aetherflux Cannon and the Yarim's Crystal as our mage weapons. I'll be real with you guys, I've made like every single weapon so far. Like, I almost have every weapon on this tier, and we'll just have to see how this goes. Our damage is not great, but we should hopefully just be, as long as I'm not like careless, pretty much unkillable. At least that's the hope. I'm still taking damage, unfortunately, but it is a significant amount less. So I'm thinking as long as I just try to only get a hit like every 10 seconds, then we'll be in decent shape to survive. It's every time that orange one charges, because like he shoots the wall and I have to like weave in between the wall, like right here, and I can't see what's on the right of me because I have to look on the left to see where I have to weave in between the bullets, and that's, you know, that makes this really hard, but I think if I just do this a few hundred times, we should be able to do it. I want to consistently get past the part where all 3 mechs spawn. And once I do that, I'll start using potions, because I don't want to burn through all my blood orbs, but I don't think I'll be able to do this without potions, that's for sure. So you can see we're almost through the eyes, and we're pretty much at full health, and our potion's almost ready again, so that's kind of the idea with this build. This is the part that's hard, though, and I can't really talk if I want to focus. Okay, all 3 mechs are out. Oh my god, my adrenaline, no. Please, Ares, just by yourself. Okay, come on. Ah, Silva popped, it's over. Dang it, dude. This one was close as well, but I'm probably gonna die right here. Yeah. Oh my god, this is hard. Oh my god. Well, that does nothing. Oh my god, what am I supposed to do? How do I kill it? I hit the red dots, that's right. I did it! Oh my god, I did it! I actually did it! This build works! Oh my god! What? Oh my god, okay, anyways. An unknown factor. A catalyst is what you are. Nearly as disconnected to this land and its history as I am. Excuse my introspection, I must gather my thoughts after that display. This land has become stale and stiff with blood that has spilled until now. You have also spilled blood, but it may it may be enough to usher a new age. Of what, I do not know, but it is something I am eager to see. Now, you wish to reach the tyrant. I cannot assist you in that. It is not a matter of spite, for I would wish nothing more than to observe such a conflict. But you have managed before, you will find a way eventually. I must acknowledge your triumph, but I will now return to my machinery. And with that, Showdown and his Exo Mechs have been defeated. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I grabbed every buff I could think of, and I'm like, you know what? If I can't deal any damage, then they don't get to deal any damage to me either. 229 defense, dude. The tank setup worked. I was a bit worried with Thanatos because, you used to be able to just annihilate him with the Dragon Rage, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just do that. It'll probably take a little longer because I have my mage stuff, but it'll be fine. Yeah, he didn't take any damage from that because you can only hit him on the red dots, so it took a while. We eventually took him out. Anyways, for that, you get the Exo box, or the treasure box for the Exo Mechs. And we get some fancy stuff, but the most coolest one is, of course, the Exo box, which is a new mount that I am going to choose to not use because I want to fight the last boss with wings. Anyways, we got some weapons here. We got the Spine of Thanatos, which is cool, I guess. And we get a rogue weapon, okay. And we get Draydon's Heart, an accessory that would even make us even tankier, so I'm gonna take a break before I record the rest of this video because, dear God, that was a lot. Well, that sure was a lot, wasn't it? Let's go ahead and plop down this Draydon relic right here. Oh, that looks cool. And there's a couple other spots we have for relics. It looks like we can fit 4 more in total. Now, there are a couple loose ends that we still have to tie up, and I do plan on completing those before we take on, of course, the final challenge of this playthrough. But I'm gonna go ahead and save those for the next episode. So next time, we'll tie up any loose ends, and we'll take on the Brimstone Witch herself. But for now, that's gonna be for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the finale. Take care.